Hello Collective, and welcome in for a daily general read. I have a feeling that this is going to be like a dark night of the soul sort of reading, given the cards I pulled right before I started this video. So as we dive in, keep in mind that roles are fluid, gender is irrelevant, and I'm also available for personal reads if you're interested. While I was prepping this deck, I saw the Emperor come out and he was upright. Now I've got the Ace of Crystals, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that could be a, pardon me, a new financial opportunity. It could possibly be a new house, new move, but things aren't going well, or maybe there's a lack of acknowledgement of a new opportunity that's presented itself, either to you or to somebody externally to you. I'm not going to take these, but I see the Four of Wands and Temperance, so that's giving me the feeling of like heaven on earth, to be honest. Like that's like a very stable connection is the first word that came to mind, but it's not necessarily about a connection. It's about a structure that is tempered, is strong, is of divine light and strength. We've got perspective out here. Transformation, which is death in reverse. And then the Four of Wands did come back out, okay? So with this collection of cards, what I'm seeing here to begin with is somebody's inability to progress. A death process that is being rejected was the first word I heard, but I feel it's more of intimidation, like somebody's intimidated by the changes that would be necessary to progress and stabilize themselves as well as possibly other people. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So maybe this transformation is in regards to letting go of behavior or ways of being that facilitate this sort of energy, or maybe because of somebody's inability to move on and progress, there is this lying, cheating, stealing, scamming, needing to win at all costs, deception, that sort of thing. And then we've got the Eight of Swords here in reverse. Okay, so that's a lot of swords. That's a lot of air energy. This could be mental clutter. It could be learned helplessness. It could be feeling very, very overwhelmed, feeling at a loss for words, feeling like the path forward has been blocked off. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about the perception that's being held in regards to this. And then we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we've got the 7, 8, and the 9 of Swords out here, all in order. So there's a progression of energy and strength in reverse on the bottom, but it's not the sort of progression that we'd want to see, right? It'd be different if this was like cups. In this case, I'm seeing somebody who had an opportunity, had an experience, had a circumstance that was very beneficial, or could have been very beneficial, but for whatever reason, likely due to some ability or inability, pardon me, to accept the death challenge, there is an increasing amount of suffering and stagnancy that is leading to possibly sleepless nights, possibly somebody feeling like they're being haunted. That could be haunted by memories, haunted by experiences or thoughts. I'm not going to take these, but we've got Justice in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and then the Six of Crystals. Interesting. So this person, whether it be you collective or somebody external to you, is kind of reaching like the threshold for their breaking point, okay? I'm not sure if I finished what I was saying previously, but if this isn't being like haunted by actual ghosts and spirits and deities, this is somebody feeling quite reminiscent over the past and it doing a number on their psyche. We've got a Page of Cups, okay? So this could be somebody who is emotionally immature. That's the first feeling I get. Somebody who could be possibly younger than you, or if you have a child, maybe this is in regards to a child. I've got a Two of Crystals here in reverse. The way I'm seeing this most likely for the majority of you, collective, is that this is somebody who is trying to come forward with an offer, an apology, a token of some sort, without doing the appropriate work or inner introspection. This is somebody who could possibly be going back and forth on whether or not they should be apologizing and extending themselves to you in this way, there's like definitely a level of indecision, and I think that's kind of compounded by the amount of mental torture they're going through. We've got the Emperor out here. As I said, he made an appearance earlier. We've got the oppression cards, the Devil in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the Six of Wands. Okay, so collective, I'm going to assume that this up in the head, swordsy sort of energy does belong to this Emperor, okay? This individual is in the process of wrestling and wrangling their own demons. This is somebody who has most likely been urged repeatedly to make some adjustments in their life, whether that be like personally, professionally, psychologically, spiritually. There's been a mounting pressure on this individual, and instead of accepting the reality of the circumstance, they had become defensive. They had become a perpetrator is the first word that came to mind, but it's like instead of taking the opportunity to heal, they kind of ramped up their antics in hopes that that would lead them to a state of success. And the feeling I got was like beating somebody into submission. But I'm also seeing this as this individual has these two pentacles. They have the path forward, the release of the devil, or they have the path backwards, choosing the actual devil, okay? So I'm gonna get some information on this Emperor to see what else we got here. We've got an Eight of Wands, and then we've got a Three of Cups. So this could possibly be a communication, this could be a message, this could be information found online. This could be somebody being very loud, like I just heard that motorcycle. It could be like maybe a loud declaration of a desire to collaborate, a desire for teamwork, a desire to party and celebrate, possibly even. This could be somebody who maybe, as I was mentioning, wants to be like braggadocious about their supposed changes that they've made, but it's all talk and no action, okay? So that's kind of why it's like thou doth protest too much. I'm not gonna take these, but I see the Knight of Crystals in reverse. So that's somebody who's unstable, insecure, not moving, stuck in their ways, okay? So I'm getting the feeling that this is somebody who would rather be loud and proud about the decisions and the actions they want to take than like actually making those actions and making those changes, okay? What happened here? Got a bunch. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords, yeah, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so we've got the Eight and, oh, sorry. I thought it was the Eight of Cups. Ah! How dare you? Give me a second, collective. That is so weird. How did my earring just fall out of my ear? Okay, back to regularly scheduled programming. Okay, Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So this is a great deal of heartbreak. This is struggle, this is suffering, this is, again, more mental clutter and rumination over what was probably at one time a prosperous and profitable experience. So this is what energy this Emperor is in, okay? We've also got a Knight of Crystals. He's up right now. However, there is a Tower here with the Four of Swords in reverse. And the feeling I'm getting from these cards, collective, is that somebody is not going to be able to stay blind to the consequences of their actions, whether that be upon their own life or upon the life of others, okay? It's like, you need to wake the fuck up because there's lightning striking all around you, and tucking your head under the pillow isn't going to work anymore because everybody in the village is awake. What about you? Sort of energy. Let's see if I can get some information on this Tower, okay? Ooh, Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. So even more heartache, even more pain. We've got like 90% of the swords out here, collective. This is possibly an air sign that you're dealing with, or just somebody who operates very heavily in that energy. I'm saying somebody that you're dealing with because I assume this isn't you, but if it is, then, you know, take it as it fits. I'm just reading the energy. There's no offense meant to either person on this side. Okay. Ooh, goodness gracious. So the cards fell out in two different sets. I was told to take the ones on this side, not the ones over here. But I will tell you, we got the Ace of Swords and then the Akashic Records or Akashic Library in reverse. And then we've got the Six of Cups here, but it was in reverse. So this truth, this knowledge, this inner knowing, even if it's not an external point of data, is in regards to somebody's willful blindness, to somebody's distortion of the truth, is what I heard, and also somebody's attempts at keeping themselves, as well as possibly other people, cut off from a sense of divinity and a sense of progress, okay? Okay, we've got the Seven of Cups here in reverse, as well as the Queen of Crystals in reverse. So I'm going to assume, collective, that this is kind of the circumstance that you've been in. You've been in a place of being confused. They also want me to take the Three of Wands in reverse here. You've been in a state of being confused, being ungrounded, being deluded by somebody possibly, or something. It seems as if there was possibly an overconsumption, and I get the feeling like somebody, most likely this Emperor, felt like he had you like in the palm of his hands. Like, you see how she's holding that little crystal ball? That's how I feel like they saw you. And I'm hearing ringing, so yeah, I guess that's the case. And the Three of Wands, you were waiting for something, and I'm assuming you were waiting for like there to be less swords involved in this dynamic, regardless of whether this is romantic, platonic, professional, whatever. It's clear that there is a lot of struggle and strife going on in this circumstance, and I think you were possibly misled into staying around in a circumstance longer than you should have or normally would have. That could possibly mean magic. Yeah, and then we got the Nine of Swords out here as I said that. So somebody, if it's your story and you know it is, then take it as it applies. Don't go jumping to the assumption that everybody's doing magic. However, it is increasingly common these days, I see. If that is your story and you know it to be, then yes, there was definitely magic being done to keep somebody up in their head, to make sure that they couldn't see straight. I'm getting the feeling of like deprivation of sleep to unground somebody and make sure that they kind of like make moves out of desperation or haste or lack of proper planning, so that I don't know, I guess you just lower your vibration is essentially the message. Knight of Wands in reverse. I'm not taking any of these. The Hermit, Queen of Swords. So this could have been somebody who operated like a word witch. Again, whether or not they were doing actual witchery, this is somebody who could be deceptive, who could be cunning, who could be very skilled at manipulation and mind games. And it seems like, given the amount of swords that are on their side, that came back and smacked them in the ass. We got the Lovers here in reverse, and then the Six of Swords. More swords. You moved on from this collective because of these mind games, because of this deception, because of whatever this individual or circumstance brought to your doorstep. You said, I'm so sorry. I might very well love you lots. You could be possibly a counterpart or a twin flame or a soulmate. We could be married. We could have a family. But I need to take me and mine and go on about my life, because there is too much insecurity. There's too much instability. There's juggling, perhaps. Maybe this person was cheating. If they weren't like cheating, they could have been getting a bunch of like emotional satisfaction from other people, so like emotional cheating, or they could have been just juggling a bunch of things at once and incapable or unwilling to give you the appropriate amount of attention, affection, and accolades. They wanted me to look at the boats here in the background, and they were like, this is collective, this big boat that's all the way ahead, and this is them behind. So I don't know, maybe boats are relevant for you somehow. We did just see that Six of Swords, and that's a little boat too. So maybe that's a sign that you're already well on your way to calmer waters. You're sailing off, maybe with like a host of community around you, or like family or loved ones, while this individual is still sat there, juggling things, unable to focus, unable to properly prioritize their personal path forward, because they're focused on playing the victim, being the wounded warrior, but without just cause. They want to move on because they know you've moved on, but they don't feel like they can. I just flipped. Ooh, goodness. So I'm pretty sure it was Judgment that flipped. but it ended up going back the proper way. And then right next to it was death. Okay, so I'm gonna put those both back. But again, they understand that there is a death to a situation, a circumstance, a relationship, a marriage. They understand that there is no more equal give and take, okay? They have most likely kicked over those cups with their improper behavior, with their abuse, possibly with their they've had their bubble popped. Okay, I see. Their reality check has been delivered, and it's about to bounce. I know that's not that saying, but that's what they told me to say, and that's so funny. Maybe this person's having financial difficulties. They kicked over these cups with their immature behavior, with their greediness, and now they are really up in their head. They don't know what to do. Again, possible sign of overconsumption, alcohol and substance abuse. Again, possibly magic. But this individual is now, again, trying to play the victim. In regards to this Queen of Pentacles, you showed up again, still a little bit ungrounded, and that's okay. I think that you're probably in a bit of a healing process from whatever this experience was. She's back up here again. But collective, I think that maybe something about this reading will give you peace of mind or clarity, and that's why you're showing up here still a bit ungrounded, because there's like a bit more information that you feel you need in order to flip yourself right round again. What was that? Queen of Cups. Ooh. Temperance in reverse, however, in the World. I'm not taking any of these. As I mentioned, could have possibly been a counterpart of yours. Spirit, can you tell me any final messages for this read? What's the collective need to know about this message? What are the most important final messages for the collective? Let's finish this out, and then I'll grab you an advice card, okay? I think I'm gonna use the Black Moon deck, which I'm hesitant to do because I don't know how much space I have on my phone, but it just feels right. Let's see, collective, not collective, Spirit, any further messages? Okay. We've got a King of Swords here in reverse with a Wheel of Fortune and then a Eight of Pentacles. So somebody is putting a lot of work into something that is not going to come to fruition. This could possibly be a stupid plan, is what they said. It's just not a wise choice, okay? This is going to be different for everybody. I don't want to make any hasty judgments or assumptions, but actually, you know what? Let's go with the Karmic deck and see if I can get any information on this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. Archangels, Ascended Masters, Ancestors, Guardians, Galactics, and Guides. I'm not going to take these because that's not... But it says Fake Awake, okay? Fake Awake and Government Watch List. Can you please clarify this Wheel of Fortune for the collective? What is the most important message for this Wheel of Fortune in reverse at this time for this reading and for my collective? Please, just one or two. This deck is getting so big, I'm gonna have to break it into a couple of them, I think. Can I get one or two, please? Oh, this one? It's Giving Ghoul, okay? So somebody just falling further and further down into their decapitation? That doesn't make sense, but that's what they said. Negative thought transmission. Okay. Somebody could be trying to make you sick emotionally, physically, mentally, because they lack a heart. At this point, let's just call it what it is. There are people who have done so much wrongdoing that they've kind of like sacrificed all of their humanity, and that is very sad to me. So I guess they're not going to give me specifics because this is very individual. However, this person is very likely possessed. If not by mental illness, then actual deities or spirits. But collective, your wheel is going to turn. I think the most important thing that you can do for yourself is focus on getting grounded. That could very well mean spending time in nature. That's very grounding, especially for those earth signs out there. If you're an earth sign, hello, leave me like a leaf in the comments if you could. Okay, Spirit, can you give me like one or two cards? What advice do they need right now? What is the most important messages for the collective at this time? Please and thank you. Mars, Force, Sagittarius, I see. Air element communicating in reverse. somebody could be trying to spin some lies, start some sort of deceptive drama, but it's going to be seen through, okay, collective. If there's deception at play in this circumstance, it's going to be very clear, and I think it's going to increase the speed and the impact of this individual's downfall. And again, they have those two pentacles to choose from. So this person has two opportunities. They can choose to, as Chiron Intuition said in one of his videos, choose the path through the fire and to heaven, or you can choose the path through fire and to hell. And it's a very individual choice. I hope, for the sake of everybody on this whole planet, that people choose healing, you know? Choose the karmic path that is leading to Dharma. So collective, I think this is more of a suggestion for the people around you than you, but thank you for being here. See you in the next one.